evening, racing fans. Welcome to Grand River Raceway for this Friday evening. Harness the Hope Night at Grand River Raceway. First race, post time of 6:20. We have a great program lined up for you. A lot of guests and, of course, a lot of activities pertaining to Harness the Hope. But before we get to all of that, let's get to the changes on this evening's card of racing. Note that the track listed as fast. The sky is clear, although there's some white fluffies, but no threat of rain. Note in race number 1, no changes. No changes, race 1. Race number 2, number 6, Mike's Tony, is scratched. Race 2 scratched, number 6, Mike's Tony. Race number 3, number 7, Bedinsky, is a scratch, vet sick. Fourth race, no changes. No changes, race number 4. Race 5, no changes. Race 6, no changes. Race number 7, note that number 2, Little Moments, steel to flip-flops up front. That's steel to flip-flops up front. Race 8, no changes. Once again, no changes, race number 8. Looking at races 1 and 2, no changes in race number 1. And the second race, number 6, Mike's Tony, is a scratch. Scratch number 6, Mike's Tony. It is currently 17 minutes to post time to our first race, and now to begin our Harness the Hope program here at Grand River Raceway. We have Sugar Doyle on site with his pink on. He'll be hosting the Harness the Hope side of the program. Sugar?
All right, on the patio here, Harness Hope Night, and it's a beautiful night for a horse race, beautiful night for Harness the Hope, and folks are starting to gather here on the patio. We've got the Dustin family and friends manning the Harness the Hope table. There's a beautiful blanket for the race 5 Skyline group of companies. Beautiful blanket presentation for that 5th race, and pretty excited to be here, Gary.
And fans, just a note again about the Harness the Hope program this evening, and well, just some general things going on throughout the evening. Note we have featured drinks and gourmet cookies sold at all Grandway bar sponsored races, and you can see the back of the program. Harness the Hope is here. Booth located on the Grandway patio. 50/50 tickets are on sale. See the Harness the Hope booth in the Grandway Hall. Also note, ElauraFergusToday.com is taking photos and covering the event this evening. And also want to try your hand at driving a racehorse? The virtual reality horse racing experience is on the patio this evening. See what it's like to drive a racehorse.
Okay, here we are, 7 minutes. 7 minutes left to go on race number 1 of 8 on this, the Harness the Hope Night 2025 at Grand River Raceway. The patio party already underway. Folks are gathering, getting set for a big night at Grand River Raceway. 7 minutes to post time on race number 1. And like always, we're going to get set now to set up the early pick 5 play. Race number 1, starting up at $5,000. A guaranteed pool pick 5, the first race. Named race for Elements Casino Grand River. So the opening leg, here we go. We're on the pace for the opener. We're using 1 Better in Heels, the 2 Chasing Rainbows. That could be the hunch play right here. Chasing Rainbows on Harness the Hope Night. Number 4, Ardine Gracie. And the 5, Stay Pumped is another I'm going to use here in the opening leg of the pick 5. Over in the race number 2, we're on the trot for it. I'm going to use the same numbers. 1, 2, 4, and 5 for Chestnut Chewy. PL Slim, Maggie's Touch, and Miss Universe. Middle leg, more trotters. Races 2, 3, 4, and 5, all on the trot tonight. The third race, we're on the 1, Barzy, and the 3, Vimy Ridge Venti, who's been very good in recent starts. Great check getter. This season, just a one-time winner, but could happen for that one tonight. Fourth race, 3 and 7, Royal Life, and outside a Trophy Wife. I'm a poet and didn't know it. Race 5, trotters on the end of it. We've got Hill, Win, Corey on the rail. We've also got the 5 Jet Air we've included. So Austin Sorry for the 1, David McClellan for the 5 on the end of this pick 5 play. I've opened up the wallet for this one tonight, $25.60 for a 20-cent wager, a little more than what I'm used to spending on the pick 5 play, but I'm sure Gary Guy is going to come in here. He's going to have a price on his ticket much lower than that $25.60. You get a $5,000 guaranteed pool, pick 5, kicking off Harness the Hope Night here at Grand River Raceway. Gary Guy, what do you got for us?
Well, Sugar, the fans are not liking my top pick, number 6, Kitty's Column, 15-1. But look, it raced here last time out, Trailer Post, which doesn't really fit Kitty's Column, and yet was able to close and finish third. And they didn't go a very strong half, and the mile went in 54-2. I think Kitty's Column is one. Set up a Cameron McQueen at a value right now of 15-1 that has to be included. And then I also used Ardine Gracie. Ardine Gracie was really good here last time out. I did not use Better in Heels. That is my third choice, but I'm on Kitty's Column and Ardine Gracie as my 2 there in the first race. $9.60, by the way. You see that number. It just always is. And then in the second race, Maggie's Touch and Miss Universe. I have the 2 on the outside. Didn't use PL Slim, but that's my third choice. So again, my third choice is one that you've used and I've left out. In race number 3, we both like Barzy, but I also included Marie H, where you went to Vimy Ridge Venti, so I'm on the inside too. Race number 4, I have 4, 3, and 1, Buddy's Dream Royal Life and Eurobank Hanover. And, Eurobank Hanover shows a lot of X's, a lot of breaks in stride, but boy, if he could keep it together, he's probably the best one in there, but that's a big if. But I have Buddy's Dream and Royal Life as well. And in race number 5, number 2, Emmett Hanover, along with Hillwin Corey. So I'm not using Jet Air, but I got the inside too. But keeping it up my $9.60, 4 races with just a couple horses, and then stretched out just by 1 more horse in the 4th. And that's always my formula that comes out to $9.60.
I don't know how on earth I would have guessed that you'd be lower price-wise on your pick 5 ticket versus mine, Gary. I don't know how I come up with that, but good to see you're in for $9.60 on your early pick 5 play. We've got one more ticket to get a look at here. This one for our good friend of the show, Conley Ecclestone. He's going to chime in with the ticket idea as well. Conley likes to use a single now and then, and he does have one included throughout this sequence. He's 1, 2, 4, and 6 in the opening leg, race number 1. The second race is where his single pops up. The trotters in the second race, he's all over the 5, Miss Universe on Harness the Hope Night. Conley going 3 deep in the third. Over into race number 4, he's on the 1, Eurobank Hanover, as well as 3, Royal Life. And on the end of it, He's gone to the inside, too. He'll win Corey, Emmett, Hanover. I think he's on the same page as you there, Gary. $9.60. You guys must have went out for lunch today and set up your ticket price ideas on this early pick 5. Grand River Raceway. We're getting set to get things started. 8 dashes on tap. We're going to start with Pacers. Then we're going to a bunch of trotting events. I got a $5,000 guaranteed pool, pick 5, coming your way here very soon. A little bit, we're going to say about 2 minutes to post time. We'll see them on post parade. Like to get a live shot from the paddock here soon as well. Best of luck to everyone racing and playing along this evening.
And fans, just a reminder that 50/50 tickets are on sale. See the Harness the Hope booth in the Grand Way Hall. And also note, if you want to try your hand at driving a racehorse, the virtual reality horse racing experience will be on the patio this evening. See what it's like to drive a racehorse. And also note, race number 1 is sponsored by Elements Casino. Also, fans, while we await the first race post-parade, note there's a best dressed competition this evening. Show off your pink and win a great prize. Prizes for the best dressed guests, horse, and groom. Register at Harness the Hope booth. The contest winner will be announced after race number 7. Field 4, race number 1 on post parade. 1 better in heels. Austin Surrey drives for Paul Davies and Nicole Davies. Number 2 is Chasing Rainbows. Anthony Hunt for Mike White-Nieski, Lorraine Ray, and Vince Southern. And number 3 is Ace 44 Lady. Mike Horner for Ken Fritsch and Clayton Fritsch. James Wilson and Brick Carrier. Number 4, Ardine Gracie, semi-filia for Pam Forkey and Triple S Equine. Race number 5. Number 5, Stay Pumped, Scott Culliver, Dean Nixon, and Mike Gillis. Number 6, Kitty's Column, Garrett Running, Cameron McQueen, and John McQueen, and Gregory Tuckwell. And number 7 is Queen of the Deck, Lauren House for Scott McNiven and Kimberly and Brad McNiven, and Thomas Broadhurst and Doug Haywood. It's a field of 7 for race number 1.
Gary, can you just do this, the sponsor?
And note that the first race is sponsored by Elements Casino. Race 1 sponsored by Elements Casino. And Sugar, well,
Hold on 1 second.
looking at this first race, the race 1 number 6 Kitty's Column. My top one is at 10-1, but one Better in Heels 3-1, and Better in Heels your top one. And Sugar, just a look at your horse. Tell me about Better in Heels in your top selection.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with that one, Better in Heels. Price is right. You got Austin Sorey listed for co-owner trainer Paul Davies. Fifth best finisher last time with Daryl Thiessen driving over Georgian Downs, but you've told me numerous times Grand River Raceway a little quicker than Georgian. So maybe Better in Heels, capable of flashing some 53 speed right off the bat. I like the chances. Austin's on a pretty good roll right now, and love that price, 7-2. I hope we get it come post time.
And one that was racing well here back in July and then missed a start due to sickness. But also the Dresden start. Note that I suffered interference and mile of 57-1, but that's a grassroots, and even 57-1 Dresden's a decent comparable time. There's a look at number 4, Ardine Gracie. I almost went with this one on top because the last race here was outstanding.
Well, this gray mare certainly stepped up last time. It got the victory, and it had been a long time between drinks for this mare. That's just one victory in a few seasons. I don't know how on earth she went away at what was it, 3-5, 4-5, and was a winner. $3.60 on the win ticket. Her price before that, Gary, she was paying well over $140 to win. So I don't know. I didn't get the memo for that one because I don't think I had her on top.
Well, people were backing Pam Forgy. That was the first start for Pam Forgy with Ardine Gracie, and clearly the Grey felt very confident in the Pam Forgy barn and came out and sprinted to the front and just kept on going. So Ardine Gracie still 3-1, and of course the record, that's the only win in 16 starts, 3-1. Maybe you can come right back and get another one. Number 2, Chasing Rainbows. You mentioned maybe that's the hunch play this evening with the Harness the Hope. And Chasing Rainbows, the last race was June the 5th, and I did qualify August the 8th, and Chasing Rainbows. You do see a couple of 53 miles here.
Well, just on name alone, on a night like this, right? Chasing Rainbows indeed. The hunch play of the evening, why not? Right off the bat. She's the longest shot on the board. And if dreams can happen, this one will get there tonight right off the bat in race number 1. I like her look. I don't mind the qualifier. She may need a start, maybe 2. But on name alone, on a night like this, she's a must-play for me.
Fans are pumping in money on number 5, Stay Pumped, and was a winner here July 5th. Good next start. Last race post 7. Actually was good closer.
Yep, could be all right here. Scott Coulter's gotten along well with this mare, and trained by Dean Nixon. Dean's had her the last 3, and she's been all right each and every time. A winner, then a runner-up finish, and just too far to come. Last time out at a big number, and that was a quick mile, right? 54-2, still gaining. Just ran out of track, ran out of time. She's got to stay closer. If she's with them within 2 lengths turning for home, she gets a big shot at the victory here for Coulter.
And I want to sell you a little bit on Kitty's Column. 5-1, at least has come down. G-Money, Cameron McQueen, very powerful connections. I like that last start here from the trailer post.
Not a bad start for the mare from the trailing spot, which we all know it's not an easy spot to win from or get a big piece of the race from. Gets her nose back on gate. I'm thinking Garrett Rooney sending this one. Could be a heated opening quarter battle between the 4, Ardine Gracie, and 6, Kitty's Column. The 6 is going to do her best work if she does make front, so I think Gary's got to go all in early and try to grab control.
You know, the one that I did throw on the bottom of my ticket, number 7, Queen of the Deck. Now, I know that was post 1, but was a winner here in this class just last time out. Now has post position 7. But the start before it, you see this one being a closer. Maybe Queen of the Deck at 9-1 as a sleeper.
She was a sleeper last time. What's that saying our friend of the show, Robert Reed Jr., used to say? If you miss the wedding, don't go to the funeral. Is that the saying?
That was exactly it, because, like if you weren't there last time out, then just stay off again. Don't go chasing it. And look, Queen of the Deck was 12 to 1.
It gets tougher for her tonight from that outside post, Gary.
Yeah, Queen of the Deck was 12 to 1, and look, really good back half last time out. Actually flashed some speed, then got a softer second panel, but then was able to come first up. Queen of the Deck, still, at 8 to 1, maybe this is one that's worth a flyer. But you also see a third in this class from off the pace, was way back July the 25th. That one was 10 lengths back at the quarter, and yet came on to be beaten less than 2. So Queen of the Deck and Lauren House for Scott McNiven. If this one's going to hold up there, closing at that almost 10 to 1 mark, maybe off a win, it's worth a flyer. The one the fans went with is Ardine Gracie at this point at 9 to 5, and co-second choice is your Better in Heels, along with the 5 Stay Pumped. Chasing Rainbows, one that you were chasing, you used. That would be a really nice pick 5 ticket, Sugar. Chasing Rainbows at 19 to 1 would get the pick 5 rolling beautifully.
Wouldn't it, though? Start things off with a bang tonight. Why not? She's got her work cut out for her, but anything can happen, especially if the 4 and 6 happen to get locked in an early speed battle. Both of them are going to want to be on top. Who's it going to be, right?
Yeah.
If Garrett really, really wants the early control, she can get to the quarter 27 flat. Ardine Gracie, she did 27 and 1 quite easy last time out when racing for Forgy. So going to be an interesting opening turn, I would think.
The last 2 times that Kitty's Column went to the front, kind of tired in the late going too, but before that Kitty's Column was outstanding, so we'll see if Kitty's Column can bounce back. But I used that one on top at 5 to 1, and your top one is Better in Heels at 7 to 2. They're taking up their positions, and Better in Heels and Chasing Rainbows on the inside. Ace 44 Lady, Ardine Gracie and Stay Pumped in the center, and to the outside Kitty's Column and Queen of the Deck. It's a field of 7. It's race number 1. It is Harness the Hope Night here at Grand River Raceway. And the field is nearing the start. The field for race number 1 on a Friday night at the river, gathered in behind the gate. They're at the start of the rough, and Kitty's Column is going to blast with Ardine Gracie. Ardine Gracie and Kitty's Column, Better in Heels on the inside. Then Stay Pumped, Chasing Rainbows, and Ace 44 Lady, and Queen of the Deck is trailing the field, but Ardine Gracie's got the lead. Ardine Gracie's 7 to 5 on the board. Better in Heels is racing second, and Kitty's Column is going to tuck along to the pylons third. Then it is Stay Pumped, working on the outside is Ace 44 Lady. Then Chasing Rainbows and Queen of the Deck, 26 and 4 opening quarter. And it is Ardine Gracie who leads as they come up towards us for semi-filia, and looks strong on the lead right now with Better in Heels tucked into the pocket. Kitty's Column is third, and Stay Pumped is racing fourth. Then it is Ace 44 Lady, and back further is Chasing Rainbows as they work their way on up to the half, and trailing the field is Queen of the Deck. Ardine Gracie at 7 to 5 on the front, 55 and 3. It was a solid half. Ardine Gracie, Better in Heels, Kitty's Column within striking distance is third, but is still on the inside as they head on to 3/4. Ardine Gracie leads it right now by a length and 3/4. Better in Heels is second. Stay Pumped now has moved to the outside is Kitty's Column, elected to stay in. Ace 44 Lady is fifth, and sixth is Chasing Rainbows, and then Queen of the Deck and Ardine Gracie as they roll their way to the top of the stretch with Better in Heels and Stay Pumped. Kitty's Column on the inside gets a bit of urging but just doesn't move. And then Ace 44 Lady, Chasing Rainbows, and Queen of the Deck in the field turns for home. Ardine Gracie, Stay Pumped on the outside. Stay Pumped is trying to get a little bit closer. Ardine Gracie up the inside, Better in Heels, but it is Ardine Gracie. Ardine Gracie back-to-back wins. Stay Pumped, and then Ace 44 Lady, and Better in Heels was fourth. But Ardine Gracie had an offer on this on the season before that last race, and then scored a win and doubles up now. In fact, only that one win in 2 seasons, but now it's 2 in a row, Sugar.
She's on a roll, Gary. 152-4 tonight. Unbelievable. What a turnaround for this mare who never hit the winner's circle at all through her 2024 season. And now for Pam Forgy, she's 2 for 2 in that barn. And that's a big trip starting up this evening's action. Stay Pump was close, turning for home. But the winner was just too strong for her to make anything up. But good on Art Dying Gracie to come right back. 52-4. Again, that's a huge trip tonight, Gary.
I kind of thought off the 55 and 3/2. That's 1 1/5 seconds faster than she made the half last time. That maybe she would kind of weaken a little more than she did. Instead, she puts up a career best. So Pam Forgy has figured out our Dying Gracie and has this one rolling right now. And I think our Dying Gracie has proven that last time out being the favorite status was not wrong at all. Should have been the favorite, and on this particular race was the favorite and lived up to it again.
She looks good. She's coming back in blue. I'd like to see a little more pink on her tonight, though. Hardest the Hope night it is here at Grand River Raceway, and it's Grey Mare.
But you know what?
Starting things up, a daughter of Better Than Cheddar.
But
this would be her 9th career victory, and her second on the season where she went winless last year.
Here's the pink angle. Pam Forgy was the only female trainer of the 7 trainers in this dash, and she comes out on top. Back in front of us is our Dying Gracie. Our Dying Gracie is a gray 7-year-old Better Than Cheddar mare. Triple S Equine owns. Pam Forgy, the trainer. Sammy Filya is the winning driver. And note that race 1 is sponsored by Elements Casino. And in the winner's circle, the group from Elements Casino, the sponsor of race number 1. The first race payouts for our Dying Gracie, 483, 30, 270. 5 Stay Pump, 350, 283. 8 44 Ladies, 630. $2 Exactor, 1850. Dollar Try, 94.60. Dollar Super, 220, 290. 20-cent Super, 44.58. And just to note, tonight we are raising money for Harness the Hope. And if you're looking to make a donation, visit grandriverraceway.com/event/Harness the Hope, or visit the Harness the Hope booth at the Grandway building. And don't forget to stop by the Harness the Hope booth on the Grandway patio, or visit the kids' play area, donated by Hometown Hideout Playroom in the grassy area next to the Grandway patio. It is Fans know we had a little technical problem with the replay. The first race over a finish in the top 453-1276. That is 453-1276.
We'll take it up now. Alrighty, race number 1 in and done. We've got a favorite starting things up in number 4, Ardine Gracie, the old gray mare. Gets it done for 2 in a row over the river, for 2 in a row for trainer Pam Forgy. Off the claim, so the gray mare doing good things. New mark of 152 and 4 right off the hop tonight. Track condition upgraded to lightning fast. We've got the pick 4 starting up here in race number 2. I'm going to stay 4 deep to open it up with a 1, 2, 4, and 5. It's Chestnut Chewy on the rail, PL Slim, Maggie's Touch, Miss Universe. Trotter starting up the early pick 4. Here we go. Third race, we're on the 1 Barzy and 3 Vimy Ridge Venti. It's got to be one of those, doesn't it? Over in the 4th race, 3 horse, Royal Life, Austin Sorry for trainer Shannon Henry. We're also going to include outside starter number 7, Trophy Wife. It's Scott Coulter. in for owner trainer Mary Ratchford. And on the back end of this early pick 4, it's more trotters in the 5th race. We're on 1, Hill Win Corey. And for some value, try the 5, Jet Air Damien McClellan on board for trainer Kyle Fellows. I'm in to go for just $6.40 on a 20-cent wager. This is a $2,500 guaranteed pool to consider here, folks. We've got another ticket to bring up here. This one for Gary Guy. Gary Guy, track announcer extraordinaire here at Grand River Raceway. Gary, opening leg, went to 4 and 5. Megas Touch, Miss Universe. Went inside in the 3rd to Barzy and Marie H. 3 deep in the 4th. His top selection there was 4, Buddy's Dream. Also included 3, Royal Life, and the 1, Eurobank Hanover. Race 5 on the end of it. His top selection there is Emmett Hanover. On to Hill Win Corey. 2 and 1. 1 and 2 for Gary on the end of it. $4.80 on his early pick 4. Ticket idea. One more ticket to get a look at here for our friend of the show, Conley Ecclestone. Race number 2. It's brought to you by Laura Fergus today. It's their dash coming up here. Race number 2 trotting event. So for Conley, his single is still in play here. Number 5, Miss Universe. He'll use Sammy Filion on board for Chantel Mitchell. 3 deep for Conley in the 3rd. He's gone Barzy, Marie H, and HB Run Director. 4th race, Eurobank Hanover, Royal Life, 1 and 3 like that. And on the end of it, he's inside to Hillwin Corey and Emmett Hanover. He's on the same page. Scary Guy for that 4th and final leg of this early pick 4. It's a $2.40 wager based on a 20-cent play. And again, a $2,500 guaranteed pool right here. Trotters for race number 2 of 8 on Harness the Hope Night at Grand River Raceway. A little over 2 minutes left to think about your wagers here.
And fans, just a reminder that this second race sponsored by Elora Fergus today. Note that you can get your picture with Elora Fergus today. EloraFergusToday.com, capturing the event and all of our wonderful guests. You can get your picture with Elora Fergus today. Also note to buy Harness the Hope swag. Get your pink swag. The Harness the Hope booth will be on the Grandway patio, and a portion of funds raised goes to the breast cancer initiatives. And also note we'll have a best dressed competition. Show off your pink and win a great prize. Prizes for the best dressed guests, horse and groom. Register at Harness the Hope booth, and the contest winner will be announced after race number 7. Also, fans, just a reminder that the food trucks are here. Mega Crone Creamery is here with yummy ice cream. They're parked at the East Gate. That's a Mega Cone Creamery parked at the East Gate. Get some yummy ice cream. And we'll also have some sweet treats on sale this evening. Fancy that cake and cookies are on sale at all Grandway bars and at the Harness the Hope booth. Proceeds also goes to Harness the Hope. Field on post parade for the second. There is one Chestnut Chewy, Scott Culver, Kevin Botts. Number 2 is PL Slim, Anthony Hahn for Matt Dupuy and Princely Acres. Number 3 is Jam Celebrity, Garrett Rooney for Steve Watson. And 4 is Maggie's Touch, Lauren House for Jennifer Pinkerton and Patricia Bailey. And number 5, Miss Universe, Sammy Filia for Chantel Mitchell. 6 is Crash, field of 5 for the second. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, in the first race, our lone female trainer, Pam Forkey, scored. So maybe that's the angle here. And the Sugar, number 5, Miss Universe, trained by Chantel Mitchell, a very capable trainer. Sammy Filia, a top driver. Miss Universe, in your thoughts?
Right on. Lightly raced daughter of Muscle Mass. She was out twice last season as a 2-year-old. Never hit the board, but she does have a show finish this season, and it comes in her latest. So she appears to be going in the right direction. That was her first start ever at Grand River Raceway. Decent back half when gaining some ground, passing a horse, and doing it from the wide side. So Miss Universe, for me, could be sitting on a win. I did not expect her to be bet that heavy. She's a current favorite right now. I was more or less hoping for her morning line value somewhere in the vicinity of 5-2 or 3-1.
Well, and Miss Universe certainly shows a good start last time out here, so maybe fans expect this one to go forward off of that. And Sammy's been hot of late. Look, number 2, PL Slim, is one that was pretty good at Georgian Downs last race. 59-1, and I mentioned that track appears of late to be off a little bit.
Right on that 59 speed over Georgian Downs in the latest. It should equate to 58, which is what Miss Universe showed last time out. So good shot at an exactor box there with the 2.5 and 5.2. I can get behind this 2 all day at that price. 9-2 is all right. Now, she has been double digits in each of her last 2 over Georgian Downs, but she can get around Grand River no problem. She's got 4 third-best finishes this season, and I believe all of them are right here at the river.
Yeah, and the thing with PL Slim, too, hasn't won yet, but certainly enough good starts that suggest that PL Slim has more than a slim chance to win. Number 4, Maggie's Touch is my top one. Jennifer Pinkerton, one of our 2 female trainers, and here in Maggie's Touch, the thing with Maggie's Touch and why maybe you didn't touch this one in your top 2 is the last race was March the 13th.
Yeah, I missed some time, right? It was mid-March, but that mid-March deuce, home in 27-4 over Woodbine Mohawk Park. I just really wanted to see her once over Grand River Raceway. I mean, this will be the Grand River debut. She's qualified a couple of times, tried to qualify a couple of times over London. Didn't happen for her there, so she was on the big track. And now, after the qualifier Grand River Raceway, she's worth a look in here. I'm not saying she's good enough to win it, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if she was headed to the victory lane following this race. For me, it's still 2.5 or 5.2.
I guess, Sugar, I must be saying it.
That's what I'm landing on. It's what I'm staying with.
I must be saying it because I put Maggie's Touch on top. And also what jumped out to me was that 27-4 final quarter in that March the 13th effort at Mohawk. Flashing some nice ability, came home strongly. Look, others to get a look at in here. Number 1, Chestnut Chewy. You get Scotty Coulter on your favorite Green Manalishis. You're always with these Green Manalishis. Now, this is one that didn't like the track up at Georgian Downs last time out, and is also one that, you see a couple of breaks. As you look through the program, you see lots of X's on what I call the dance card.
Well, this one was actually ahead of PL Slim when turning for home there at Georgian. The last time just bumped off stride, though. I see this 3-year-old as ahead of the trotting hobbles for the last 2, so all he's got to do is mind his manners, and he can be a factor with these. Price is all right, 7-1. Coulter on board. Catch driving assignment. Looks like first time this season anyway. Coulter, I'm not sure if he got a spin aboard this one in 2024, but keep an eye on him. Got to stay close, though.
The one thing I can tell you about Chestnut Chewy, Bonito Boy, the one that beat PL Slim last time out, and was the winner in that race. The Chestnut Chewy was well back. Chestnut Chewy was competitive. Bonito Boy has come back to win since, so Chestnut Chewy 7-1. If he stays flat, he could be a factor in here. And the one we didn't mention was 3, Jam Celebrity, Garrett Rooney for Steve Watson, has qualified 3 times. Breaks in a couple of them, and then finally got flat. So we kind of said, let's get a look. Also, 0 for 18 in the top 3. And is the lone one that's not getting bet at 12-1. Well, Sugar, the second race is sponsored by Elora Fergus Today. And their website is elorafergustoday.com. Field of 5, race number 2. Chestnut Chewy PL Slim on the inside. Jam Celebrity in the center. To the outside, Maggie's Touch and Miss Universe. The second dash. Harness the Hope Night here at Grand River Raceway. Field 4, the second race, is at the start, and they're off and getting a, well, Maggie's Touch and Lauren House, and now Jam Celebrity on the inside, and Maggie's Touch went off stride after trying to gun out and get the lead. Chestnut Chewy, now Miss Universe on the outside, is orbiting up strongly. Miss Universe and Sammy Fillion is coming on the outside. Miss Universe at even money is now going to clear the lead. Jam Celebrity is second. Chestnut Chewy is third. Then racing fourth is PL Slim. And then Maggie's Touch is back trailing the field as they race their way on up towards us. But Miss Universe leads by about 2.5 lengths right now. Jam Celebrity 20-1 is second. Chestnut Chewy. Then it is back to PL Slim, and Maggie's Touch has lots of work to do after that early break is trailing the field, but is at least getting up a little bit closer. 29 3/4. Miss Universe leads as they race their way on into the backstretch, and Jam Celebrity is racing second. Chestnut Chewy, PL Slim to the outside is first up, racing fourth, and Maggie's Touch is fifth. They head on to 3/4. Miss Universe is striding away on the field. Jam Celebrity is trying to hold on to second as a 20-1 long shot. Then PL Slim, Chestnut Chewy, and Maggie's Touch is to the outside, but trailing the field. And off that half of 1 minute, 3/4, 1:29 2. Miss Universe leads by about 4 right now. Jam Celebrity second. Chestnut Chewy now has moved up to take over third. PL Slim is dropping out of it. Maggie's Touch is trying to pass PL Slim as the field turns for him on down the stretch drive off 3/4, 1:29 2. And Miss Universe continues on. Miss Universe, as they come on to the finish, is going to win. Then Chestnut Chewy coming on to pick up third was Maggie's Touch, and then Jam Celebrity. The inquiry sum will go up pertaining to that break in stride of number 4, Maggie's Touch. But Sugar, well, Miss Universe, aptly named here for Harness the Hope Night, and female trainer Chantel Mitchell had Miss Universe ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, Chantel, she's been on a pretty good run in recent weeks at, well, right here at Grand River Raceway as well as Woodbine Mohawk Park. Miss Universe did everything right there this evening, and Sammy going right back to the winner's circle in here, a 1:59 maiden mark for the daughter of Muscle Mass, Chestnut Chewy. I mentioned all he's got to do is stay close, and picks up the place by big recovery by Maggie's Touch. If she doesn't run off the car, would have been right there with the winner, if not getting the job done in there. She'll have to mind her manners next time.
Yeah, and look, Miss Universe, I think, showed it last time out, that big 3-wide move at 3/4 to come on and be beaten just a length. So certainly the sign was there that Miss Universe was getting ready to go. Chantel Mitchell had this one fired up today, and Sammy just sitting very relaxed in the bike coming to the finish. And Chestnut Chewy, the key for Chestnut Chewy, had to stay flat. Well, guess what? Did stay flat, so picks up second best.
Yeah, Chestnut Chewy, definitely one to be looking for in the starts ahead. Needed the clean line, of course, and finished up very strong, too, behind this 5, Miss Universe. Chestnut Chewy going in the right direction. Another fine ton of green Manalishi.
Yeah, and PL Slim Sugar it just wasn't there. But, it was there for Miss Universe. And note that the second race is sponsored by LauraFergusToday.com. And coming back in front of us, number 5, Miss Universe, a 3-year-old muscle Mass Bay filly owned by Flo Gosselin and Mitchell DiCenzo. Chantel Mitchell, the trainer, Sammy Filia, the winning driver. Miss Universe, first lifetime win in the winner's circle. The group from LauraFergusToday.com. Fans note inquiry on number 4, Maggie's Touch, with that early break in stride. Fans note the inquiry sign will go down. The judge's ruling that number 4, Maggie's Touch, did not commit any violations.
Just popped up.
The second race payouts, number 5, Miss Universe, $4 to 80 to 10. 1, Chestnut Chewy, 510 to 54. Maggie's Touch, 210. $2 exactor, 1880. Dollar Tribe, 1960. Dollar Super, 80. 505. 20-cent Super, 1701. Double to 4 and 5, 920. And fans, we have a special guest. Sugar Doyle has caller from Skyline Group of Companies, Representative Katie Getty. Sugar?
It's actually Christy Dustin we've got here, a very special guest. Christy, one of the founders of Harness to Hope, along with her mom, Doreen, and sister Brandy. And welcome back to Grand River Raceway, Christy. It's an honor to have you back with us here this evening. And you've been busy this season. You've been to a number of tracks already.
We have. We are more than thrilled to be back at Grand River this year. We travel across the country all throughout the summer season, and our home track is Western Fair in London in October. So you name it, we've gone different provinces, different racetracks, and just trying to spread the word, awareness for breast cancer, and raise funds for Breast Cancer Canada and Pink Pearl.
Okay, and back to where it all began. I believe the track was Western Fair. How did Harness to Hope come about back then?
So we basically started it. I was working at Western Fair at the time, and my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer for the first time. She's a 2-time survivor. And we thought at that time she was fairly young. She was 46, and we wanted to make people aware, to be preventative, do self-checks and make sure that they're educated that this can happen. And then also raise funds towards research. We do care packages for patients that are going through active cancer treatments, as well as support programming during that journey too.
Right, so many guests here tonight have likely been to a Harness to Hope event in the past, but for those who haven't, what are you hoping they take away from this evening's action with Harness to Hope on track?
I think first and foremost, community spirit. You will see the team here tonight at Grand River has done a great job of incorporating participants coming out. I mean, you see pink, but we're not just about pink. We're about educating people. And also to take away from tonight is to thank the real heroes of the show is the horse people and the horses that put on a great card for us and give us the platform to do what we can do.
Right on, Harness to Hope, growing in size each and every year. I know they're down around the Maritimes now, all across Ontario, even out west. And you know what? Future plans for Harness to Hope. Do you see it growing even more in the future?
I mean, we really try and live in the moment, and we're really grateful for the tracks that do want to host events and reach out to us to do so. It'd be really nice to get something in BC, but that means we are really literally coast to coast. But I mean, that being said, we are very, very grateful for every single track and every single person who supports our efforts. So, I guess we're just thankful.
Wonderful job. Christy Dustin here with her family, Mom Doreen, Sister Brandy, and many others helping out with Harness to Hope. Check out Harness to Hope, their booth on the Grandway patio. Buy your 50/50 tickets or some pink swag. We also have AloraFergustoday.com here covering the event, capturing photos of all our guests. Keep your eyes peeled for them, and be sure to say hello.
The second race order finished in the top 25431 scratch. That's 25431 scratch.
Gary.
Fans note that race 3 is sponsored by Cheeseman and Giddy Families. That is race 3, presented and sponsored by Cheeseman and Giddy Families. There's a look at our paddock camera presented by the Ontario Equine Education and Employment Program. And the field for the Omega Alpha Pharmaceuticals Post Parade. 1, Barzy, Scott Coulter, Steve Coulter. Number 2, Marie H., Damian McClellan for Kyle Bossens and Fred Niclerio. Number 3, Vimy Ridgeventi, Anthony Hahn for Steve Loprin and Paul Mazzetti. For his HB Run Detector, Sammy Fillier for Benoit by Jean Cladamel. 5 is Lockdown Romeo, Bruce Richardson for John Holding and Morley Bosworth. Number 6, Daphne Swan, Lauren House for Pam Forkey and Brian Martin. And scratched is number 7, Badinsky. Race 3, a field of 6. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, we'll start with 1, Barzy and Sugar. I think you've come with me with Barzy. We both have this one on top. I've been touting this one a little bit. And then last race was pretty solid.
Yeah, he got a great trip there last time. Gary rode a 2-hole and sat the pocket until very late. Good enough to be second best. Home at 29 flat. Mile and 56 and 4. He's been good since coming back for co-owner trainer Steve Coulter. You know, he come back. The return race was a deuce in 56 and 1. A little bit lighter in the next 2, but last time out has me thinking he could be sitting on a win. I like his chances. Love his price right now at 7-2.
Well, and he's a horse that's a 6-year-old now, but I've seen this one actually every once in a while step up with a big race, and I just have a feeling that big race is sitting right here off that last start. Now, Barzy, 7-2. This is an extremely balanced group, and look at the tote board. I mean, that tells you the favorite's a lukewarm 5-2, and yet the favorite is one that I used for 4th and you didn't use in your top 4. So clearly, it's we're all over the map in terms of betting here in this third race. And there's Barzy at 7-2, just going past us. Number 3, Vimy Ridgeventi, is one that kind of a fringe player for much of this year, but last couple starts shows some signs, and actually if you look at the last 4 now, has 3 top 3s in the past 4 starts.
Oh, she's been a real good check getter. Season's mark came at London, the Hat Motter, 2:02 and 2, and that's back in late April, but pretty much grabbing a check ever since, and gets a long find here at Grand River Raceway. Picks up a catch driver in Anthony Hahn this evening. Price is right, 6-1. More than capable of going with these after showing 56 speed in each of her last 3, Gary.
Number 5, Lockdown Romeo, is one that, one win in the past 2 seasons. Lockdown Romeo, I think, fits well with this group. This is one that it drops a level for this start, or actually maybe I think it isn't a drop. Actually, it's just a change in the way that the purse structure. So Lockdown Romeo is one that was right there with Barzy last time out. Finished 4th, beaten 3, but was up close until very late.
I do like the 5, Lockdown Romeo. You know what? All he's got to do is get away cleanly. If he's going to make a break, it's going to come early. Get him away clean, Bruce, and point him. I think he does his best work when on the lead, And there's not a whole lot of speed. 2 is left. I mean, number 2, Marie H., is flashing that gate speed now and then. But for me, Lockdown Romeo, if he makes front, gets left alone for a piece, maybe picks up a nice breather in that middle half, Bruce and Lockdown Romeo, they get a great shot here at 9-2.
One problem that I have, though, 1 win during the past 2 seasons, 11 runner-ups and 8 thirds. Sometimes Lockdown Romeo is a horse that shows up but doesn't show up in the winner's circle. And so we'll watch for that. And also you see a couple of early breaks with this one. So you got to get away smoothly, first order of business. Number 2, Marie H. is one that I included in my pick 5 ticket, my second choice here. Post position 8 last race, actually left and then only came home in 31, but was very competitive for putting up some solid fractions through 3 quarters.
Yeah, I could put 2 Marie H. in for the 4 spot in the Superfecta. She's more than capable of trotting a mile here this evening in 56. All she has to do is get away cleanly. She's another one where if she's going to break, it's likely going to happen early, but at least she's got a horse to her left. It appears she does not like the rail, Gary.
One thing to note, though, 2 starts ago, this one had the inside blasted out, wired the field, and won by 2. So that was maybe an exception to that, and maybe can come back to that. And that was with Damian McClellan driving, so maybe Marie H. is one that's going to drive out and has a shot to get the W. But look at the tilt board, Sugar. It's all over the map. There's no long shot. The longest plays is 6-1 right now with Vimy Ridge Venti. So we're going to find out how it unfolds, and note that this third race is sponsored by Cheeseman and Giddy families. And by the way, it is the Chesman and Giddy families. Field of 6 for race number 3. They're at the start. And they're off, and Marie H. broke stride. Lockdown Romeo, then Barzy, then it is Daphne Swan, Vimy Ridge Venti, and racing position to 5th as they work around the turn is HP Run Detector, and Lockdown Romeo at 7-1 was able to lock down the lead. Barzy, though, is right there in the pocket. Barzy 3-2. Daphne Swan is racing 3rd, then 4th is Vimy Ridge Venti, and HP Run Detector as the field races their way up towards the half off a 28-4 opening quarter. Lockdown Romeo leads by a length and 3/4, and Barzy is racing 2nd. Daphne Swan is 3rd. Vimy Ridge Venti, then HP Run Detector, and Marie H. after that early break is way back and struggling to get into things, and they work their way up towards the half. Off a 28-4 opening quarter. Lockdown Romeo. Thou art right now racing on a lead of a length and 3/4, and second is Barzy. Vimy Ridge Venti on the outside. HP Run Detector. Daphne Swan is on the inside and racing about 4 1/4 from the front. Off a 59.5, they head on to 3/4. That was a 30-1 second panel breather for Lockdown Romeo, who's trying to lock down a win, but Vimy Ridge Venti is getting closer, and Barzy is racing position to 3rd. Then on the outside, HP Run Detector and Daphne Swan. Lockdown Romeo, Vimy Ridge Venti on the outside is now only about a head back. Inside 3rd is Barzy, HP Run Detector, and Daphne Swan, and the field is turning for home. Lockdown Romeo and Vimy Ridge Venti. To the outside is HP Run Detector, and up the inside is Barzy, and Barzy up the inside is coming quickly up the passing lane. Barzy on the inside. Barzy, but you know, it might have been Vimy Ridge Venti also right there. Lockdown Romeo, HP Run Detector, mile of 157-2. It's a 4 across the track, Sugar, but I thought it was Vimy Ridge Venti. Barzy was up the inside. We're going to have a photo between those two.
Nice trip. 157-2 Vimy Ridge Venti. We mentioned a really nice check getter. And I think she gets there. I mean, the camera's on the 1, but I think it's 3. Vimy Ridge Venti at a price. 6-1, maybe up in time to get the job done. But we will need to see the slow-mo and then maybe even a photo finish.
Well, I thought it was Vimy Bridgeventi, but it was kind of close between those two. Nonetheless, mile of 57 and 2, kind of 59 to the half, and I thought that Lockdown Romeo off of a 59 half could maybe lock it down. But I told you one problem is Lockdown Romeo just has trouble locking down the wins with just one win in 58. So door is open, and I think it's between Vimy Bridgeventi and Barzy. And just there were 4 across the track at the finish. The only one that one of them that wasn't there was my Marie H, who made an early break.
Yeah, she was one of those had to get away cleanly. I mean, Lockdown Romeo, he got away cleanly, and he got an easy lead. He got a soft second quarter, 30-1, but he got pressed through the third, Gary, 29 flat. If he'd have been able to keep on stealing away through that third quarter, he likely would have had enough to hold them off in there, but being pressed through the third quarter, just not enough to sustain his presence on the lead. But it appears to be Vimy Bridgeventi on her way back. A wonderful catch drive there by Anthony Hahn.
Yeah, and look, it was close, but Vimy Bridgeventi at 6-1, the better price. Of course, that knocks me out of the pick 5 ticket, but you're still, I believe, happily humming along, so at least one of us is alive. And look, the third race, sponsored by the Cheeseman and Giddy families, and the winner back in front of us is number 3, Vimy Bridgeventi, 5-year-old, my MVP, Bay Gelding, owned by Paul Mazzetti and Steve Lofgren. Anthony Hahn, the winning driver, Vimy Bridgeventi, second win this year, 5th lifetime, mile of 157 and 2. And by the way, we'd like to pass along a happy anniversary for 2 couples, Jim and Mary. Happy anniversary to Jim and Mary, and also to Roger and Kim. So happy anniversary to Jim and Mary and Roger and Kim, celebrating their anniversaries here on Harness the Hope Night. And the payouts in the third, 3 Vimy Bridgeventi, 1560, 440, 380. 1 Barzy, 350, 280. 5 Lockdown Romeo, 440. $2 exactor, 36.10. $1 try, 52.25. $1 super, 140.95. 20-cent super, 28.19.
Sugar Doyle back with you on Harness the Hope Night here at the Grand River Raceway, and folks are certainly filing in there. And right now, I have with me from the Skyline group of companies a representative, Katie Giddy, Director of Business Development, Wealth Solutions, and also a breast cancer survivor herself. So welcome back, Katie. It's great to see you with a new look, repping the Skyline team this year. It's great that there is such a large team here from Skyline. They do a great job getting their team out to support events like these.
That is certainly correct, and it's an amazing night of emotion here for me tonight as I am flying my breast cancer flag, my Grand River Raceway flag that will always be in my heart, and my new flag as part of the team at Skyline.
Right on, and tell us, why has Skyline chosen to support this wonderful event 3 years in a row now?
Well, many of you might know Skyline from driving past in a small community, seeing one of the wonderful pieces of real estate that's owned, apartment buildings, retail plazas, you name it. But at the heart, just like anything, they know that sustainability in communities is what makes communities so important. So giving back and contributing on a night like tonight is so important. And it goes without saying, Skyline, like so many others, with a team of close to 1,000 people, have been touched many times by breast cancer themselves. So it's close to the heart of the team at Skyline too.
And very close to yours as well, right? What does supporting this cause mean to you personally? Grab the mic if you like.
Oh, he knows this one might get a little close and we might have to wiggle a little. You know, breast cancer is a journey, and it's certainly one you wouldn't wish upon anybody. But when you're surrounded by an incredible group of friends, family, community, you can make anything happen. And I'm stood here today because of that. But at the end of the day, it also takes an incredible medical team, research, development, and financial support. And that's what you and everybody who's sponsored here tonight is bringing to the table. Supportive people just like me who walked a journey they never thought they would walk.
You've covered quite a bit there. Any final message you'd like to share with those affected by breast cancer, being a survivor yourself?
You got this. It doesn't matter whether you're walking with breast cancer, walking beside breast cancer, taking on a new adventure, or just being here cheering and supporting tonight. You got this.
Right on. Words well said by Katie Giddy. After race 5, folks, you can join the Skyline team right here in the winner's circle. This photo is special, as we would like to invite anyone who is going through cancer, survived cancer, lost someone to cancer, or is supporting someone going through cancer to come to the winner's circle prior to race number 5. You can be here with us following the 5th race for the Harness the Hope feature. Thanks for being with us, Katie.
Thanks, Sugar. Love you guys.
Fans, just to note the 50-50 tickets, visit the Harness the Hope booth to buy your tickets. 3 tickets for $5. And also note that AloraFergustoday.com is here taking photos and covering the evening's festivities. They'll be around the tarmac and the Grandway patio. Also note that the 50-50 draw, your chances to purchase tickets ends at 8:30. So you got less than an hour to get your 50-50 tickets. You want to make sure you get that done. Fans, note we have a technical difficulty and a tote delay in posting the tote odds for the 4th race, but that just buys you more time if you haven't bought your 50-50 tickets. See the Harness the Hope booth in the Grandway Hall, and note that the sale ends by 8:30, so you want to get those tickets as quickly as possible. And fans, now note it is just 1 minute to post time to race number 4 as we have the tote problem rectified. And also note you can still try your hand at driving a racehorse. The virtual reality horse racing experience will be on the patio this evening. See what it's like to drive a racehorse. And also note that AloraFergustoday.com is here taking photos and covering the event this evening. And fans note, Race 4 is presented by GEI Consultants, the Pink Print Stakes. Fans note there's the Look at the Paddock camera, presented by the Ontario Equine Education and Employment Program. Field on post parade for the 4th. 1 is Eurobank Hanover. Sammy Fillion for Luke Blay and Determination. Number 2, Road Promises, Mike Horner for RAW Equine and Mark Horner. Number 3 is Royal Life, Austin Sorry for Shannon Henry, Leo Fleming, and Trevor Henry Stables. 4 is Buddy's Dream, Garrett and Rooney for James Denny and Robin Morley. 5 is Muskie Man, Damian McClellan for Kyle Bostons and Daryl Newbegin, and Levi Kepfer. Number 6, Green Light Go, Nick Boyd for Blair Burgess and Burgess Racing, and James Walker and Jeremy Kratz and Green Light Go Stables. And number 7, Trophy Wife, Scott Culliver, Mary Ratchford, Field of 7, race number 4. Let's get a look at this field and another group of trotters. This one I think is a little less wide open in that last dash, but number 3, Royal Life, Austin Sorry for Shannon Henry, off a 6th last time out, is the one that you opted to and is getting a lot of love still. Sugar at 9-5 on the board.
Yeah, it's the class dropping factor for me, Gary. Royalty for Life, the sire of this one, yet to hit victory lane in 2025, but we've seen 1 or 2 of those already hit the winner's circle. I like the chances here. 58 speed last time out off a 2-hole ride, just a little bit flat on the end of it. Austin Sorry, who knows this one well, goes back on board for the drive. I'm not sure. Does he put him up close, or does he want to take him back and race him off a helmet, maybe in the outside flow? He seems to be right on the bit here for Austin. So for me, showing some sharpness, a 9-5, pretty much co-favorite with number 1, Eurobank Hanover, who I've used in my top 4.
And on Harness the Hope Night, Shannon Henry, the only female trainer here in this 4th dash. So Shannon, got to be your top pick. And Royal Life. Look, the thing you mentioned, class dropper, in case people are looking and saying, well, it's a non-winners of 2, same as last time. No, last time non-winners of 2 are 25,000 life. Now this one's 13.5, so it's a softer spot for Royal Life, and this is one that is getting a lot of love at 9-5 with the drop. Number 7, Trophy Wife, beaten just half a length last time.
I don't mind Trophy Wife. I'll tell you why. Scott Coulter kind of having himself a night. He's been right there in all the finishes. Where he's been on the horses this evening. Gets an outside chance here with the Trophy Wife. She's got some gate speed to work with. She's coming off a 3rd, 56-4. I can't believe this filly is 11-1 right now. I thought she'd be more like 5-1 tops, but double digits, nice price.
You know what I can't believe? I'm such an idiot. I said Shannon Henry is the only female trainer in here. Mary Ratchford is a very accomplished female trainer. Sorry, Mary. I'm just an idiot. Trophy Wife and Scotty Coulter. And has a win this year. And I like it. That last race was solid.
Let's go for some girl power on the exactor.
That's the way you went that way with the 2 female trainers in here against the 5 boys. And certainly Royal Life and Trophy Wife, they have a very strong, Life and Wife have a strong shot in here, but Trophy Wife 9-1. But last race was good, and this is one that's headed in the right direction, and Mary's often put up solid numbers with oftentimes Todd Ratchford driving, but in this case Scotty Coulter. Others, number 4, Buddy's Dream, Garrett Rooney, James Denny, and one that's got a couple of wins on the year. Been a fringe player the last couple races, though.
Last time this horse hit victory lane, you see who was driving, right? Garrett Rooney. Garrett hops on tonight. Price is right, 9-2. Give Buddy's Dream a big shot here.
Look at that, all the way back to June the 13th, last time Garrett Rooney. And, well, that's certainly a heavy angle in here because, was the last time to be the winner. And you love yourself, G Money. Look, 337 driving average. He wins a race or 2. Buddy's Dream is 9-2. 1, Eurobank Hanover. Here's the big question. Is he going to stay flat?
Yeah, that was the big question for me. It's the only reason I didn't put him up a little higher in my picks. I can't believe he's the favorite right now. I mean, the value here is certainly with 7, Trophy Wife, and 4, Buddy's Dream. Eurobank Hanover, I just can't get there at 2-1.
Yeah, well, I did include Eurobank Hanover in that faded pick 5, but Man, just look, certainly one that whenever Luke Blay sends one out, it's Luke Blay and Sammy Filia. You always have to have regard, and 2-1 on the board. But we have the same 4 in here. We're thinking along the same way. You went with the 3 Royal Life, and I went to the 4 Buddy's Dream on top. But I don't mind your exactor girl power in here. But, Royal Life is right now at 8-5, and 4 Buddy's Dream is 9-2.
Right on. Girl power exactor factor box on Harness the Hope Knot. Why not?
And note that the 4th race is sponsored by GEI Consultants Group, and they're getting ready in behind the gate. Eurobank Hanover, Road Promises on the inside. Royal Life, Buddy's Dream, Muskie Man to the outside, Green Light Go, and Trophy Wife. It's a field of 7 for the 4th race. Field for the 4th race. Nearing the start. And they're at the start of the rough, and Trophy Wife will blast out. And Royal Life, and then Buddy's Dream, and 4th Way's Road Promises. Then racing 5th is Muskie Man. Then Green Light Go. Eurobank Hanover away smoothly but trailing the field. Trophy Wife wants to come on at 13-1 and clear to the front for Scotty Coulter. Royal Life is racing second, but is going to come back around now. And Royal Life and Trophy Wife, the top 2, as they race their way off the turn, and they come on towards us. And then Buddy's Dream is racing position 3rd. Then it is Green Light Go, Road Promises. Then it is Eurobank Hanover, and trailing the field now is Muskie Man off a 28-3 opening quarter. Field heads up towards the half, and right now on top, Royal Life works in front of a Trophy Wife, and those 2 are separated by just a length and a half. And Green Light Go is traveling first over 3rd. 4th to the inside is Buddy's Dream. Eurobank Hanover is 2nd over 5th, getting closer. Then it is Road Promises, and back to Muskie Man as the field works their way on into the backstretch of a half of 59. Royal Life, but getting closer. Green Light Go now, and Nick Boyd has been given Green Light Go the word go. Then Trophy Wife inside 3rd. Eurobank Hanover is racing position to 4th, and then 5th is Buddy's Dream. Road Promises, Muskie Man is trailing. Royal Life, 3/4, 128-4. Royal Life, Green Light Go. Eurobank Hanover is on the outside and getting closer now. Royal Life, Eurobank Hanover is looming on the outside, and Green Light Go backs away. Then Trophy Wife on the inside. Road Promises on the outside, on down the stretch route they come, and it is Royal Life. Here comes Eurobank Hanover, and Royal Life as they come to the finish. And on the outside, Eurobank Hanover wins it. Royal Life was second, and then Road Promises 157-1. Eurobank Hanover and Sugar. We said, well, the question is, will this one stay flat? Sammy was very cautious early, got away last, but you know what? They don't pay for who gets away the best. They pay for who finishes the best.
Yeah, you know what? Sammy was cautious throughout, and he gets a big gold star for that drive. I mean, for me, Eurobank Hanover turning for home, little bumpy, but Sammy keeping this together, even towards the finish line. I mean, he had to steer this one. The 3 was kind of bearing out slightly. Again, Sammy, big gold star for that drive on Eurobank Hanover to win it.
Yeah, and look, this is one that you see all those X's on the dance card, and has had some problems because each of the last 3 races made an early break. It was over very early, so at least the first order of business is just make sure you don't run early. So I don't care if I'm last early. And this is such a nice trotter, green shoe that, you know.
Yeah, just a few ticks off his lifetime best as well, 57-1. For this kind of trotter, just a one-time winner, that's a big mile for this big son of Green Shoe here tonight.
We managed to get a big long shot. Road Promises at 30-1 to get onto the tri-ticket. So Eurobank Hanover, even though the 2 favorites didn't get split 8-5 between the 1 and 3, but Sammy's really been doing some nice things of late, and that was some steady hands there.
He's another one of those guys, likes to win in bunches, Gary. Keep playing Sammy tonight. You should do well.
And just coming back in front of us, number 1, Eurobank Hanover, 3-year-old Green Shoe Bag gelding, but Determination Stable of Montreal. Luc Blais is the trainer. Sammy Filia, the winning driver. It's the second win this season in lifetime for Eurobank Hanover. And 8-5 on the board. And note that we have the Pink Print Stakes race group, a GEI Consultants sponsored group in the winner's circle. The fourth race or finish, fourth race payouts. 1 Eurobank Hanover, 530, 260, 270. 3 Royal Life, 370, 270. And 2 Road Promises, 570. Note the $2 exactor, $13.40. The dollar try, $37.75. Dollar super, $318.45. 20-cent super, $63.69. And it's just a reminder that the 50/50 tickets are still on sale. See the Harness the Hope booth in the Grandway Hall. Note the sale of tickets will end at 8:30. Also, fans, note that Fancy That Cake cookies are on sale at all Grandway bars and the Harness the Hope booth. Proceeds going to Harness the Hope. The order of finish for race number 4 from the top is a 132.5764. That is 132.5764 on the bottom. Note tonight's funds raised are being matched by Grand River Agricultural Society up to an amount of $12,500. Note the GRAS board is presenting the check to Harness the Hope in the winner's circle.
All right, Sugar Doyle back with you. Here we are, Victory Lane, Harness the Hope Night at Grand River Raceway, and we have the Grand River Agricultural Society Board President, Deborah Whale, with us now. And today, the Society has matched all of the donations up to $12,500. So, Deborah, could you share a little about the Grand River Agricultural Society, along with their connection to Harness the Hope?
Well, Grass owns the raceway, and we're really proud of our brand new track and our very good record running this raceway. And we also do a lot of philanthropic work in the community, and this is a really good mesh between the raceway and, in this case, Harness the Hope, raising funds for breast cancer research.
Right on. I know I was here Industry Day. This brand new 5/8 track, they're flying over it. Young horses. We're doing some really good things here on Industry Day. Why is an event like Harness the Hope so important to the Grand River Agricultural Society?
It's important for a number of reasons. We get to showcase our racetrack. We get to do a really good philanthropic donation to Harness for Hope for breast cancer research, and also to inform people about the issues around breast cancer. So it's a win-win for everybody.
Right on. Wonderful, Deborah. One more thing. What's your favorite part of Harness the Hope Night?
Two things. One is that over the last 3 years, we've raised $75,000. So this year, we'll add $25,000 to that. That'll be $100,000 for breast cancer research. And the other neat thing is seeing all you guys in pink.
It's one of the few days you'll find me in pink, but I don't mind. Harness the Hope Night here at Grand River Raceway. Thanks so much, President for the Grand River Agricultural Society, Deborah Whale. And Race 5, actually, folks, Harness the Hope race sponsored by Skyline Group of Companies. A beautiful blanket presentation follows the fist. So after Race 5, all those going through cancer, those who are supporting someone through cancer, those who have lost someone to cancer, and or cancer survivors, you're all invited to come to the winner's circle to be in that photo for the Harness the Hope feature race sponsored by Skyline Group of Companies. Whole lot more to come here on Harness the Hope Night, Grand River Raceway. Thanks so much, Deborah.
You're welcome. Nice to meet you.
Fans, just note in race 6, scratched is for Tireg Sealster. Race 6, number 4, Tireg Sealster, scratched. And once again, fans, just a reminder that Race 5 is the Harness the Hope race sponsored by Skyline Group of Companies. And after this race, all those who are going through cancer, those who are supporting someone through cancer, lost someone to cancer, and or a cancer survivor are invited to come to the winner's circle to be in the photo. We're celebrating you this evening. And just a reminder that gourmet cookies are on sale. Fancy that cake. $3 each. You can purchase them at the Grandway Bar. All proceeds go to Harness the Hope. And fans, once again, a reminder that Race 5 is presented by Harness the Hope and the Skyline Group of Companies.
Alrighty, quickly rolling through the back half of this Harness the Hope night program. We've got 4 races left, so it's going to be a late pick 4 starting up. You can see my ticket idea there, $14.40. I'm in to go on the 20-cent play. We've got another ticket to see, that one for Gary Guy. What's Gary got? He does have a single involved there in race number 7. His ticket is only $3.60. One more quickly from Conley. There it is. Conley singles on the end. He's going with the 2-horse in the finale. Conley's in for $4.80. That's all we got. We're going to send it back to Gary Guy.
Once again, fans noted race 6 scratched is number 4, Tireg Sealster. There's a look at the paddock camera presented by the Ontario Equine Education and Employment Program. Field on post parade, the Omega Alpha Pharmaceuticals post parade, 1 Hillwind Corey, Austin Surrey for Sean Stacy and Glengate Farms and Mark Stacy. 2 is Emmett Hanover, semi-filia for Luc Blais and Determination. Number 3 is Profound Peace, JB run over Julie Walker and Stephen Titus. Number 4 is Twiddle Sticks, Anthony Hahn for Shane Weber and Tom and Elizabeth Rankin. 5 is Jet Air, Damien McClellan for Robert Kyle Fellows and Triple S Equine. 6 Arcona Sealster, Martin Lachance drives and trains and partners with Neil Oostrom. 7 Thwarter, Garrett Rooney for Robert Kyle Fellows and Yolanda Fellows and Edward Wilson and Patrick Dillon. 8 is Dunphy's Resolution, Scott Culver, Shane Weber and Tom and Elizabeth Rankin. And 9 is Ann Mary's Cookie, Nick Boyd for Blake McIntosh and Hut Racing. Field of 9, a full field for this 5th race. We get the 2-year-old trotters and, Sugar Trotter on the inside. Hill Win Corey. We haven't had great luck with post 1 trotters throughout the season, but you've gone to this one on top, and the fans have gone there as well, 7-5.
Yeah, I like the chances here, sitting on a win after a strong second in the career debut right here at the River on August 8th, and I like the look of him. Austin Sorey got along fine with him in the career debut, going out for trainer Sean Stacy, right? And he's been having some luck here in recent weeks at Grand River Raceway. Right now, a favorite. I don't mind taking this 2-year-old on the rail because he's facing 8 other 2-year-olds, Gary. Crack the code on the super high 5 play, and you should get paid.
He did come a better back half, too. 58-3 last time out. It's the first half, 1 minute and 2, but then picked it up to 58-3. And that was just a first career start. So there's Austin just wanting to keep Hill Win Corey just smooth and just warming up, not excessively. So number 5, Jet Air, is one that's had 4 starts without a top 3 finish, but was in the Prospect Series last time out and was competitive until very late in the mile, and now comes back down to a maiden class. Maybe Jet Air can build off that last race.
I like the chances here. I mean, the 2-year-old Gallant Son of Archangel, the most experienced, if you want to call it that, from this field. So that's got to mean something. Pretty honest trotter. He just shows the 1 break in the career debut over the big track at Woodbine Mohawk Park. But he's gotten checks in each of the latest 2, where this one Ed at Lasix. So 3rd time Lasix angle. We're going to keep on expecting good things from Jet Air, Damien McClellan. And Kate Bretner, right? Young Damien McClellan on board for Kyle Fellows. We like the chances for a top 2 play.
Kyle's having himself a good season and has a 304 training average overall and also been a very effective one here. My top one, though, is your 3rd choice, number 2, Emmett Hanover, Sammy Filia, Luc Blais. Well, they were pretty sharp together with Eurobank Hanover. Does that increase what you think now after seeing just the last race, that same tandem scoring here in the 4th?
Right. I mean, I know you're a big fan of the connections here, and Sammy Filion, he's having himself a night. He's a must-play for this high 5, and he's a must-play for the top 3. I've got him 3rd, and that's where I'm going to leave him. I like the 1 a whole lot more, and I like the 5, Jet Air, just enough to put him ahead of this 2, Emmett Hanover. Wouldn't surprise me, though, if he showed up in the winner's circle here on Harness the Hope night. 3-1 for Sammy Filion, trainer Luc Blais.
And number 2, Emmett Hanover also. And no stranger to Luc Blais having expensive horses. Emmett Hanover, $118,000, whereas Hill Win Corey, $19,000. That's the yearling price for those wondering what we're mentioning here. The price what the horse purchased when they were 1 year old. So, but at this point in their career, they don't know what the connections paid for them. They just know that they're out here to race. 3-1 on the board. Number 6, Arcona Sealster, $23,000 yearling purchase that has had 2 qualifiers to get ready. Martin Lachance driving and training this one.
Yeah, this is just a hunch play for me. I grew up on an Ottawa street in Summerside, PEI, and right across on the other corner was Arcona Street. So there you have it. There's my little hunch bit of info for Arcona Seals are at a post 6. Just throwing this one in there at 18-1.
The one that I threw onto my ticket for third, you threw to the bottom. It kind of looks a little bit hot right now, is 9, Anne Maris Cookie.
Trailing spot A. We'll hope for Nick to maybe, keep this one off the gate a little bit. Not off the gate, but off the rail horse, maybe 3 or 4 lengths behind. Don't be snug up in there if you're running a little hot. Maybe give yourself some room ahead of you behind that one horse. Now, the one horse is probably going to show some early speed in here, so Anne Marie's Cookie, if that one can find a spot maybe in the top 5. But we're seeing it right here. Nick, after this filly was running a little hot, he's got her well gapped off, which is what I want to see right here.
Yeah, just now needs to at least catch the gate, but still was shaking his head a lot and looking like a little bit too fired up. We'll see. He is closing into the gate now as the field for race number 5 is moving into position, and Anne Maris Cookie now is right up to position, only about 2 1/4 back at the start, and it's Jet Hair, the first one out, Profound Peace, and then Twiddle Sticks and Hillwin Corey on the inside. Arcona Sealster, then it is back further to Emmett Hanover. Then we have Anne Maris Cookie and Thwarter, and Dunphy's Resolution is trailing, but Jet Air right now 18-1 with the front. Jet Air and Damian McClellan. Profound Peace is right there, racing a second at 60-1, and then Twiddle Sticks at 35-1 on the inside, and now up and moving. There goes Hillwin Corey. Hillwin Corey is coming on the outside and is moving up rapidly against Jet Air. Jet Air and Hillwin Corey racing third is Profound Peace as they race on past us, and then fourth is Twiddle Sticks, and Arcona Sealster is fifth. Sixth is Emmett Hanover, still with plenty of work to do. Then Anne Maris Cookie, and then further back racing back there, second from last is Thwarter. In front of Dunphy's Resolution, Hillwin Corey is trying to close in on the leader, Jet Air. Jet Air leads it right now by a length and 3/4. Jet Air is still on top. Jet Air, Hillwin Corey racing third, Profound Peace, and then Twiddle Sticks. And now there goes Emmett Hanover now. Up and driving from fifth and is coming on. And then moving up on the outside, sixth is Twiddle Sticks, and seventh is Arcona Sealster. And then it is back to Thwarter and Dunphy's Resolution. Jet Air, Hillwin Corey, Profound Peace still has third at a long shot, 60-1. Emmett Hanover fourth, and fifth is Twiddle Sticks, and now Jet Air at 18-1, still leading as they turn for home. Jet Air and Hillwin Corey, Profound Peace, and Emmett Hanover and Twiddle Sticks, and off 3/4, 131. They turn for home. Jet Air may have to deal with Hillwin Corey. Jet Air and Hillwin Corey, Profound Peace, and on the outside Emmett Hanover. But Jet Air is going to win. Hillwin Corey second, then Profound Peace and Emmett Hanover. 2 minutes and 3/5, and Jet Air was good early and good late, Sugar.
Right. I like him now, 18-1. Value player to start up this pick 4. Young Damian McClellan, right? He loves to put them in play.
Yeah, and this is a horse that had 4 starts without a top 3, and you kind of wondered, but dropped out of that prospect series. And I mentioned that maybe just coming back down now might have a little bit better shot in here.
Yeah, for sure. This one's going in the right direction. 19-1, make it 18-1 winner over the favorite. This exactor's probably going to come back okay. But Jet Air, great to see. Third time LASIX angle, right?
Yeah, and the other thing, your Hillwin Corey was chasing well, so your top 2 were 1-5, and both of those raced really well. Jet Air getting the job done, but Hillwin Corey was well represented there in that mile.
Indeed, we're getting set to head to a winner's circle here that's likely going to be packed with Harness the Hope supporters, Gary.
Good stuff. We'll see you in just a moment. And it's a 5-1-3-2-4 top five, and 5 Jet Air 18-1 on the board. 5-1-3-2-4 is the top five. Coming back in front of us, the winner of race number 5, the Harness the Hope race. It is number 5, Jet Air, 2-year-old Archangel brown gelding by Triple S Equine. Robert Kyle Fellows, the trainer. Damien McClellan, the winning driver. First win for Jet Air. And we have the Harness the Hope race sponsored group. And joined with Harness the Hope and Skyline are cancer survivors and those going through cancer and those supporting someone with cancer. All out for the 5th race, Harness the Hope race. Also sponsored by the Skyline Group of Companies. The 5th race, payouts 5 Jet Air, 39, 70, 670, and 610. 1 Hill Wind Corey, 250, 230. 3 Profound Peace, 21.30. $2 exactor, 107.20. Dollar try, $488. 20-cent high five, 1,651.10. Dollar pick 3, 531.10. Dollar pick 4, 768.20. Dollar pick 5, 1,673.30. 20-cent pick 5, 334.66. The fifth race over a finish from the top, 243 516 897. That's 243 516 897.
Alrighty, folks, we just wrapped up the Harness the Hope feature race. Beautiful blanket presentation following the race. Large crowd was on hand to take part in the winner's circle festivity. And what a nice young horse, Jet Air, on winning his first career race. And he stood like a veteran in there. Damien McClellan on board for Kyle Fellows and owners Triple S Equine. Well done, the connections of Jet Air winning the Harness the Hope feature event, the blanket presentation by Skyline, and all their family and friends along for that winner's circle in race number 5. Thanks so much for everyone attending this Harness the Hope night at Grand River Raceway. What an emotional and amazing group of people we had surrounding us there for that fifth race of photo opportunity. It's not too late, folks, to make your donation. You can still buy 50/50 tickets. You can buy pink swag, and you can also get a sweet treat. All at the Harness the Hope booth on the Grand Way patio. We also have AloraFergustoday.com here covering the event, capturing photos of all of our guests. Keep your eyes peeled for them and make sure to say hello. If the kids are starting to get restless, visit the Hometown Hideout. It's there all night with a large play area in the grassy area next to the Grandway patio along the Grand River Raceways. Along with, that is, the Grand River Raceways virtual reality horse race. If you've always thought, I'd like to know what it would be like to drive a racehorse, check out the virtual reality horse race. That is next door to the Grand River Raceways Grandway patio as well. So there's a whole lot more still to come. Last call for the 50/50 tickets. You've got just moments now to get a 50/50 ticket, all in support of Harness the Hope tonight.
And fans note, race 6 is presented by Chartered Professional Accountants. Off to the RLB races. On post parade for the 6th one, A's 44 Bolt, Isaac Waxman for Tess Waxman and Levi Kepfer. Number 2 is MVP Kamala, John Barrington for Ernest Party. Number 3 is Bet on Brett. Scooter Gimlet for Randy Ertl and Corey Guthrie. Number 5 is Go 90, George Ketros for Tess Waxman and Noah and Addie and Jacob Waxman. And number 6 is Old Buck, Brady Legacy for Sean Hyatt. It's a field of 5 for race number 6. And we're just a couple of minutes away from post time. And note that the 6th race is sponsored by the RLB group. And let's get a look at this field. And, well, Sugar, your top one, Ace 44 Bolt, Isaac Waxman. This is the amateur drivers here in this race. And Isaac's certainly he's got a 365 driving average. Isaac training this one as well. And Ace 44 Bolt is one that has a couple of wins on the season.
I think he's the one to beat. Thinking he should be the heavy favorite right now, but right now he's the third choice, and behind the 6 Old Buck and 3 Bet on Brett. I think the best trip is going to go to the 1. Isaac Waxman, he's just going to need some patience early. I mean, let Bet on Brett go out, do his thing. He'll want to cut it, but he normally gets a little soft in the late going. Just follow him along as long as you can, Isaac, and tip him wide and get your picture taken. I love the 1, Ace 44 Bolt here at 5-2.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, this one does show some gate speed way down the page. And last race, post-dated Georgian Downs, so you're not going to blast out there. But I think Eisman's going to be sending this one out. And one that, I mean, this field, this is an 8,000 claimer, a fairly balanced bunch. The top board tells you there's not really a long shot. 9-1 is the longest shot on the board. Number 3, Bet on Brett. You said Carter Gimlet. I was wondering who the heck is that, because there's the Scooter Gimlet, and for trainer Randy Ertl. And Bet on Brett's a classy veteran.
Very classy. 37-time winner throughout the career. He's been a runner-up finisher, and each of his last two, the latest, 55 and 3 speed over Kawartha. So nothing wrong with that. I like his chances to be second or even third, possibly. Again, I think he gets softened up late, and I think he could be ripe for the picking. Whoever gets the best trip behind him, right? I think it's going to be Ace 44 Bolt, just letting Bet on Brett do all the work. But for me, Bet on Brett, going to be a top 2 player.
And, in the last couple of starts, Bet on Brett fired to the front. And, maybe it's a different plan here because both times this is one that tired out. I know throughout the career, Bet on Brett hasn't had to be a front-ender. It might look that way of late. But, he's been a versatile pacer. He's got $319,000 earned at 11-year-old. And also, Scooter is one that he's not the most. He does a good job, but he's not just gangbusters to blast them to the front.
He's going to send them. I think that's his only way to win this race. If he wants to win it, you got to send him and hope he can go all the way. I just think he's going to get picked off in the late going by something following along very close.
There's George Ketros with Go 9-0, and George has done reasonably well of late, and this is one sent up at Tess Waxman, Isaac Waxman's wife, and maybe we've got a little family battle here, and on Harness the Hope night, maybe Tess Waxman is the right play here with Go 9-0 and George Ketros. And one that, the last race at Georgian Downs wasn't great, but Go 9-0, just a thought, 5-1.
Well, here's the thing. Tess owns a piece of both the 1 Ace 44 Bolt and the 5 Go 9-0. And I think it's going to be a Waxman horse win it. Which one's it going to be? Gates moving.
Well, currently on the board at 5-1, so better value. Bet on Brett's the 9-5 favorite. It's Ace 44 Bolt and MVP Kamala. Bet on Brett in the center. Go 9-0 and Old Buck on the outside. Field of 5, race number 6, as they are moving their way towards the start. The 6th race is sponsored by RLB. Field of 5 for the 6th race. There at the start of the rough, and Old Buck is going to blast with Go 9-0. Then Bet on Brett. Ace 44 Bolt on the inside is pressing out, but as they race their way on towards that first turn, and on the inside, Ace 44 Bolt is going to drive on out, and Ace 44 Bolt is got the lead for Isaac Waxman. Bet on Brett is racing position second. Go 9-0 is third. Then MVP Kamala and Old Buck, but it is Ace 44 Bolt and Isaac Waxman with the lead as they race their way on towards us. And Bet on Brett and Scooter Gimlet. That Scooter is riding along in the pocket. Go 9-0 is racing position third. Then it's MVP Kamala, but now Old Buck has moved up and gained a spot, and MVP Kamala is trailing the field. And they did not go to the quarter in 24 and 3. I can tell you that much. Ace 44 Bold leads as they race their way on up towards the half. Ace 44 Bold. Old Buck on the outside. Bet on Brett is still enjoying the view in the pocket, though. But now is sharing second with Old Buck, and now not sharing second because now third. Halftime 56 and 1. Ace 44 Bull. Old Buck on the outside. Bet on Brett is racing position third. Then it is Go 9-0 and MVP Kamala. And Ace 44 Bolt at 3-5 still has the lead as they work their way on towards the final turn. Ace 44 Bolt 3-5 right now is living up to a 3-5 horse, and Old Buck now is tucked along to the inside. Bet on Brett, and then Go 9-0 and way back MVP Kamala. 125 into the three-quarter time, and it is Ace 44 Bolt as the field turns for home. Ace 44 Bolt on down the stretch drive has bolted away on the field right now and is cruising on down the stretch drive, and now Go 9-0 has come on to get second. Ace 44 Bolt slows noticeably at the finish, but who cares? Wins by 5, and then Go 9-0 and Bet on Brett and Old Buck. Ace 44 Bold. Isaac Waxman blasted this one to the front, actually as I expected, and then was able to come home a winner. Sugar?
Yeah, I thought he might be looking for a trip in there, but no, he was wanting them all to take a back seat to him. He sent Ace 44 Bolt downtown in Elora. New life best, right? 156 flat. Never better than he was on this Harness the Hope night at Grand River Raceway.
And you saw them when they left out of there. Certainly bet on Brett, tried to get firing out, but Ace 44 Bolt was able to keep on bolting through on the inside. Isaac had a plan, and that plan was to get to the front and see if I can go all the way.
Yeah, I just bottomed out the field, right? I mean, they didn't come home real quick, 59-4 back half, but doesn't matter. He's an easy winner, wins by open lengths. And the other Waxman horse completes the exactor at 5-1. So Tess Waxman sharing ownership on the front two in there.
Yeah, and look, hubby beats his wife in that one, but you know what? That's really a team, and they do some great work. They have a really good barn. There is Isaac and Tess, and they're coming back to the winner's circle.
3-5 winner, 5-1 second, 9-5 third, and you get Old Buck. Old Buck was throwing his name into the hat there, approaching the half mile. I was surprised to see that move, but it took its toll late. But Ace 44 Bolt very strong, and the Waxmans very happy on their way back to victory lane.
Coming back in front of us is number 1, Ace 44 Bolt. 5-year-old Dally Bay gelding, but Tess Waxman and Levi Kepfer. Isaac Waxman, the trainer and the winning driver. Third win for Ace 44 Bolt, a career best mile of 156. And also note for the winner's photo, we have the Off to the RLB Races group in the winner's circle. Sixth race, payouts 1 ace 44 bolt, 350, 270, 210. 5, go 90, 430, 210, 3, bet on Brett, 210. $2 exactor, $10.80. $1 try, $8.35. $1 super, $9.95. 20-cent super, $1.99. The sixth race order finish from the top. 153 scratch 2-4. That's 153 scratch 2-4 on the bottom. Field on post parade for the 7th. One is Dear Abby, Garrett Rooney for Blake McIntosh and Hut Racing. And also Linda Bedard and Mike Duncan. Number 2 is Little Moments, Nick Boyd for Craig Bars. Number 3 is JS Bet This Lady, Damian McClellan for Rafael Barassa and Ron Nopes and Charles Gazzola. Number 4 is All-Star Twinkle, Austin Story for Pamela Goodale. Number 5 is Safe Passage, Scott Calder for Mike McLennan and Phyllis McLennan. And number 6 is Panthermonium, Sammy Filia from Matthew Hannes and Metaross Stables. Field of 6, race number 7. Let's get a look at this field, and Sugar, well, we have a little difference of opinion. I'm on All-Star Twinkle, but you've got number 3, JS Bet This Lady. Broken equipment last time out. This is one that just has one win in the year, but JS Bet This Lady. It is Damian McClellan, Rafael Barassa. Solid connections.
Like her chances, love the price right now at 3-1. Claimed 3 back and was racing tougher after that. And now getting class relief and following up a trip where you mentioned broken equipment. I'm looking for a big one tonight from number 3, JS Bet This Lady. Damian McClellan already in the winner's circle tonight. I think we're going to see it again right here. 3-1 choice.
Claimed 3 starts back, and JS Bet This Lady was claimed off a win so far in 2 tries. Rafael hasn't been great just yet, but Rafael always puts up big numbers, so it's certainly not a reach to take one that he's training, JS Bet This Lady. But you know, All-Star Twinkle, how about that win here 2 races ago, winning by 11.5 lengths, and, well, very solid, 54-3 a mile, and last time out almost got the win.
Should be all right in here. That was a game effort last time. Went first up for a ways, was second by a head, 3/4, took control, turning for home, just missing by a head. Some pretty good clocked up miles at the river in the last 3:54 and change. I think the lineup is going to be 3-4, 4-1. I like that exactor box play, actually.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, we both like the 3 and 4, and it's just trying to decide between the two of them. That's the way the tote board looks at it right now. But also number 1, Dear Abby, who is currently on the board at 4-1, is one that's getting a fair amount of love. Comes in from Dresden off a decent start and 57-3, and you just go 2 back, you see 53-3 at Mohawk. So Dear Abby is one that you can't look too far past.
Yeah, that's a big mile over Dresden. Last time out, I mean, 10 lengths back at the half, puts her at the half in about a minute, and goes to the wide side, passes a number of horses, home in 29 for a trip in 57-2. Again, that's over Dresden. That's a big, big mile, and I can get behind this one for a top 3 finish at 7-2. A must play for the Tri and Superfecta.
Number 2, Little Moments, is one that I backed to win last time out, and boy, that didn't quite work out. Got a pocket trip, and I thought maybe it could come on, but tired in the late going. But Little Moments now makes a shoe change, steel to flip-flops up front. I wonder how that change is going to work.
Well, Little Moments. I think, well, let's see. I got her pegged for 4th, and I think she'll do well to get a top 4 finish in here. You can look through the program lines. She does okay when racing up close, but she doesn't like to pass many in the late going. I think she's probably going to be sitting 3 or 4 and finishing 3 or 4 here if she's lucky.
Maybe she'd like to pass them, she just can't. Well, maybe the equipment changed. Maybe those flip-flops on our Harness the Hope night will be the key. And Little Moments and Nick Boyd. Ralphie driving Little Moments. One more to take a look at here. I want you to just tell me why I used number 6, Panthermonium. I used Panthermonium for 3rd, 9-1 on the board. I know why I used this one. Won 4 races back, but the last 3 races needs to show a little bit more. Now, Trailer Post actually came on a bit last time out.
Yeah, just not a whole lot of racing luck lately. You know, she had the big win in 54 when rolling gate to wire in early July. And right back to win from off the pace, but just a little sluggish in her last few outings. Again, she's going to need a little more luck from this outside gate, though Sammy has had a pretty good night at the river. If you're looking at 6, you might as well be looking at the 5, Safe Passage. The 2 longest shots on the board outside here, they are age-pacing mares facing 3-year-old pacing fillies in here.
Well, it is a field of 6 sugar. They're just in behind the gate, and it's Dear Abby, Little Moments on the inside. In the center, JS Bet This Lady and All-Star Twinkle. Into the outside, Safe Passage and Panthermonium. It is a field of 6 for race number 7. They're moving towards the start. Field of 6 for race number 7. They're at the start of the round. JS Bet This Lady, All-Star Twinkle, the first couple to drive home. And then racing position 3rd. Safe Passage on the inside is Dear Abby. And then it is back to Little Moments in Panthermonium. And the field racing around that first turn. All-Star Twinkle wants to come on down and grab the lead. All-Star Twinkle is on top. JS Bet This Lady is 2nd. Racing 3rd is Safe Passage. And then 4th is Dear Abby. Then it is back to Little Moments in Panthermonium is trailing the field. But JS Bet This Lady 8-5 on the board. The racing a 2nd right now as with the lead is All-Star Twinkle. All-Star Twinkle and JS Bet This Lady the top 2. And racing 3rd, Safe Passage. Dear Abby is racing position to 4th, and then Little Moments, and on the outside Panthermonium as the field works their way on up towards the half. Off a 27-4 opening quarter, the field heads their way on towards the half. Has a lead of a couple of lengths. JS Bet This Lady on the outside, getting closer now. Dear Abby, Safe Passage 4th. Panthermonium is past 1. That's Little Moments, and that is All-Star Twinkle, who has a lead of 2 1/4. JS Bet This Lady and Dear Abby in pursuit. That pair is both about 2 lengths off the lead. All-Star Twinkle continues on off a 56 4/2 and a 29-second split. They race on by 3/4, and All-Star Twinkle leads, and right now leads by 2. Dear Abby 2nd. JS Bet This Lady on the inside now is reclaimed 2nd. Dear Abby is 3rd. And then Safe Passage is sent out 3 wide. Then Little Moments and Panthermonium. All-Star Twinkle off 3/4, 125 2. And All-Star Twinkle as the field comes on down the stretch drive is very sharp. All-Star Twinkle. JS Bet This Lady final push from Safe Passage. All-Star Twinkle wins it. Then finishing 2nd, JS Bet This Lady. Then Little Moments and Safe Passage. All-Star Twinkle 154 2. Sugar kind of raced back to that strong mile of August the 1st. That was a 54 and change mile.
Yeah, she's going right to her mark here tonight, Gary. Austin Sorry put her right on the choo-choo and never really took a serious challenge throughout. JS Bet This Lady finishing 2nd. We figured 3-4 or 4-3 would be the lineup. We figured it'd be a pretty good exactor box opportunity. Number 2, Little Moments, gets a gold star in there. An improvement for her. I think she was sitting next to last, bending around the far turn. Nick Boyd got her up the inside for the show dough in there. So going in the right direction. Number 2, Little Moments.
Yeah, maybe the steel to flip-flops was useful, and 5 Safe Passage is the one that rounds out the top 4, and Safe Passage was the longest shot at 22 1 to get onto the superfecta, but really we thought it was a race between the 4 and 3, and well, All-Star Twinkle turned out to be the better of those 2 on this particular night.
Yeah, it's just flip-flopping positions there from an earlier race where we saw Damien winning over Austin. Well, Austin gets the best of Damien in there. A couple of favorites, 1, 2. Not a very big exactor, but very gettable.
Yeah, and also, look, this 7th race, I should note, sponsored by the 2H Media Group. They'll be back in the winner's circle in just a moment. But Austin Sorry gets the win here in race number 7 with number 4, All-Star Twinkle.
Right on. And coming up very soon, Christy Dustin's going to join us down in front. She'll have some announcements for best dressed horses and folks, and as well as a winning 50-50 number.
Back in front of us is number 4, All-Star Twinkle, 3-year-old sports rider, bay filly owned by Pamela Goodale, who's also the trainer. Austin Sorry, the winning driver. 4th win for All-Star Twinkle this season, and the 5th win lifetime. Mile of 154-2 for All-Star Twinkle, and All-Star Twinkle is equal the career race for All-Star Twinkle of 54-2. Equals the winning mile of her best so far this season and out and career. Out trackside for the winner's circle is the 2H Media Group. The 7th race payouts for All-Star Twinkle, 440, 250, 210. 3 Jazz Bet This Lady, 290, 260, and 2 Little Moments, 390. $2 exactor, $9.40. Dollar try, $25.35. Dollar super, $129.80. 20-cent super, $25.96. The seventh race order of finish from the top is 5-3-2-1-4-6. That's 5-3-2-1-4-6 on the bottom. We're currently 10 minutes to the eighth race, but more importantly, Sugar is down trackside, and he's got some information for us on some prize winners. Sugar.
Right on. We are down into the winner's circle now, and we're getting set to, well, we're going to announce some winners, right? Some best dressed winners for Caretaker, for Horse, and we've got a big tub of 50-50 tickets set to draw for that as well. I think to take home $600. Nothing wrong with $600 to go home with on a Friday night from the river. We have with us co-founder for Harness the Hope, Christy Dustin. Christy, along with her mom Doreen and Brandy, founded Harness the Hope years ago. And how's the night gone, Christy?
We couldn't be more happy. It's so nice to see the amount of support tonight. Everybody came out and they pulled some dollars from their pockets, and at the end of the night, that's what we want to see. It's going to a great cause, and we are very lucky to be able to work with Breast Cancer Canada and Pink Pearl Canada. That's where our funds go to, so thank you all for doing that. We couldn't be more happy.
Harness the Hope, alive and well all across the country in harness racing. So without further ado, Christy, we'll pass the mic on to you because you've got some winners for some best dressed prizing here tonight.
Okay, so one of the prize draws that we had tonight is anyone who showed up to the track wearing pink got to fill out a ballot and put it in a bucket, and we have a prize for you. So we'd like to congratulate Kim Hutchings-Hahn. You are the winner of the Tough Enough to Wear Pink. You can claim your prize at the Harness the Hope booth. Also, you see tonight out on track, we had some horses that were decked out in pink. They don't do that themselves, so thank you to the grooms and the trainers who take the time to do that. Our best dressed horse tonight, you would have seen in the last race, race 7, number 6 is Panthermonium. So we will bring that back to the paddock, a big prize package. That is sponsored by Mare Flair Equestrian. And then we also have best dressed groom, which is Ashley Bohannick. She was also had a horse in the 7th race there, and that's sponsored by Wilson's Tax. So we'll bring those prizes to those winners, and thank you so much for participating. And then I guess without further ado, 50-50. Louise wants to do the honors. So the winner's taking home $600, and you can claim your money at the Harness the Hope table. Again, thank you to everyone who purchased tickets. It definitely helps us out with our grand total tonight. Okay, winning 50-50 number. It's a yellow ticket. 0, 0, 0, 7, 3, 1. So winning 50-50, take home is 600. I'll read the number again. 0, 0, 0, 7, 3, 1. Worth 600 take home. And if you have that winning ticket, you can flag us down right here in the winner's circle or visit us at the Harness the Hope table. But thank you again to the Grand River crew tonight. You guys have knocked it out of the park, and the Egg Society. We just couldn't be happier with what you guys are accomplishing here. Thanks, Christy.
Well done, Christy. Well done, ladies. Thanks so much. There's still more to come on this Harness the Hope night at Grand River Raceway.
And once again, if you missed it, that winning draw number is 000731. That's 000731. There's the paddock camera presented by the Ontario Equine Education and Employment Program. Note that Race 8 is presented by Mare Flair Equestrian. Field on the Omega Alpha Pharmaceuticals Post Parade. One better than ever, Garrett Rooney for Francis Guillemette and Jean Drapeau. Number 2 is Swiss Cotton Talamour for Matt and David Burke. And number 3 is Adriatico Hanover Lauren House for Tim Myers and David Omiccioli. Number 4 is Unlace, Sammy Filia for Blair Burgess and Corinne Olsen Burgess. 5 is Smokestack, Scooter Gimlet for Brett Lester and Michelle at Hart. Number 6, Better on Ice, Anthony Hunt for Dale Fritz and Edward Aegis and Michael Sawyer. Number 7, Wicked Prince, Austin Sorry for Sean Stacy and Hutt Racing. And number 8, Let's Get Pickled, Damien McClellan for Len Lalonde Jr. and Christina Lalonde. And 9 is Dance Like a Skipper, Scott Kohler for Paul Coulter, and Emma and Avery Longstreet and Georgia Pierce. Full field of 9, 8th and final dash and Harness the Hope Night. And this 8th race note is presented by Mare Flair Equestrian. Let's get a look at this field. And number 6, Better on Ice, and Anthony Hunt for Dale Fritz. Your top one. You love those 6s in the final dash, Sugar.
Do I ever? And I don't mind this one, regardless of what post it was leaving. It's got a pretty good gate blast to work with, leaving from one of my favorite posts, 4 gate speed. Just missing last time out to Dance Like a Skipper. Well, Dance Like a Skipper gets tougher from that one tonight. It got the trailing spot, so I've got that one a little bit lower in my selections, but I'm not going to get away from this 6 Better on Ice for Anthony Hahn. Dale Fritz, co-owning and training. Look for this one to be on or near the lead. I don't think there's anyone that can step off the car with this one in here.
Yeah, you do see 26-1 at Mohawk from post position 10. If you're going to blast to the front from post position 10, you're probably going to leave here.
100%. And like I said, one of the best posts you can have here at the river for gate speed is 5, 6, or 7. And yeah, I've got all kinds of time for Better on Ice here in the finale.
Number 1, Better Than Never, is one that's been knocking on the door. And last time out, well, this was my top one. Last time out, didn't get the job done. Beaten 3/4 of a length.
Right. See, anytime we see a horse finishing in the runner-up spot, especially 3 straight coming in, I mean, we like to say sitting on a win. Well, at 9-2, the price is right. And you've got a decent set of hands behind this one. Garrett Rooney for Francis Guillemette. The 1 Better Than Never is a must-play in this high 5 finale.
And Sugar, that 50-50 draw has been claimed, so somebody took home $600, but there's still some chances to make some money here. And I think, you know, you're not going to get a lot on
I
Swiss
came
Cotton.
close, Gary.
Did you?
Someone bought a ticket like 10 tickets before me. I think I had a row of 8 or a row of 10 tickets. Well, the person who would have gotten the row of 8 or 10 before me won it.
Well,
Closest I've ever come to winning a 50-50 draw.
you're so rich, you don't need the money. It's all good. And look, number 2, Swiss Cotton. You know, I think this is one you could add to your big bankroll. Look, 11 wins this year. Look, I know 8th, 52 and 4 the last race at Georgian, and had been off a long while.
A gentleman just came up to me here in the grandstand. What do they like about this too, anyway? And I said, well, that 52 and 4 trip over Georgian after missing a few months, it's likely the reason. He may need a start, but that's a big mile in the latest, even money currently.
You should have told him, well, the idiot announcer also likes him along with the fans. So Swiss Cotton's my top pick. How about number 9, Dance Like a Skipper? What's this one done wrong of late other than win each of the last 2 starts?
Right. I mean, he's beaten my top 2 in each of his last 2. Well, last time out, he was nosing out better on ice. The start before that, he was edging better than never. I've got them picked for first and second in here. The only reason I've got him for 4th, Gary, it's the trailing spot. It's not a great spot to win from here at the river.
And Wicked Prince, the one you're going to use to round out the ticket, comes in from Mohawk. That's an angle that's worked. Certainly off form right now, though.
Austin Sorey on board for Sean Stacy. Let's go at 22-1.
It is a full field of 9 for race number 8, the final dash on Harness the Hope night. And the 8th race is sponsored by Mare Flair Equestrian. They'll be back in the winner's circle right after we find out who's the best in race number 8. They're into their positions, moving towards the start. And the field for race number 8. Is at the start and they're off, and Swiss Cotton went off stride, blasting out. Better on ice leads into that first turn. Wicked Prince is racing position to second as they race around the turn. Then racing on the outside third now. Let's Get Pickled is going to find a seat on the inside in front of Adriatico Hanover. Then it is back to Unlaced and Better Than Never. Dance Like a Skipper and Smokestack and Swiss Cotton went off stride. They raced their way off the turn of a 27-second opening quarter, and Better on Ice is on top with Wicked Prince and Let's Get Pickled. The 3 outside posts have the top 3 spots, and 4th is Adriatico Hanover. Then it is Unlaced and popping to the outside Better Than Never in front of Dance Like a Skipper, and then Smokestack is back racing positioned 8th, 27 opening quarter. Better on Ice and Anthony Hahn leads as they race their way on up towards the half, 56 and 2. Wicked Prince is second, and now Adriatico Hanover has shipped to the outside. And racing 4th is Let's Get Pickled. Better Than Never now has moved up. Let's Get Pickled got a little rougher, but was able to stay on stride and is racing positioned 5th. And then 6th is Dance Like a Skipper. Then it is Unlaced and Smokestack. Better on Ice leads as they race their way up towards 3/4. But now Better Than Never is coming. It is Better on Ice who's got the lead as they're about to turn for home. Better Than Never is out wide. Adriatico Hanover in the center of the track. And Wicked Prince on the inside is looking for the passing lane. And Dance Like a Skipper is flying in the late action as the field turns for home. Better on Ice. Wicked Prince looking to dart out into the center of the track and Caller. Better on Ice, and Wicked Prince and Better Than Never. And it is Wicked Prince who's closing hard. Wicked Prince is going to win the pink saddle pad in front of the finish, and then Better on Ice and Better Than Never. 153 and 4. And this final dash, Wicked Prince at a nice little price of 9-1. We see the pink saddle pad with Austin Sorey driving, scoring on Harness the Hope night.
Last horse we talked about, right? We mentioned Austin Sorey on board for Sean Stacy. When we talked about him, he was 22-1. When the wagering closed, the gate left, he took a sharp drop, 9-1. Late action came in. Someone got very lucky with Austin and 7, Wicked Prince in the finale.
A horse that hasn't won in the past 2 seasons, but also one that could spruce up here, getting away from Mohawk. Because when you look down the page, you do see enough speed racing on the bigger track that maybe it would transition here. And goes in 53 and 4, which I think about fits where you might think, because he shows 52 and 3 at Mohawk July the 7th.
Yeah, he's more than capable with these. There's some nice prices involved in this high five finale. It's well worth taking a shot on these high fives. They are non-jackpot plays. If you can hit the top 5, you're going to go home with some big money. I'd be surprised if this winning high five combination is sold, Gary.
And one of the things, the outside 3 posts all blast out. Wicked Prince was able to get away second because the outside 3, Better and Ice, Wicked Prince, and Let's Get Pickled were the top 3 at the quarter.
You know what? This horse is winless in a few seasons, but he's very happy now. He's kind of playful coming back, little hop to him. That's a playful hop.
I think he said,
Austin Surrey
I got
with
this,
the upset.
I got that pink saddle pad on, and I think it's my night. I'm here for Harness the Hope, and I'm all about the pink. That's what he said, and he's paying somebody 9 to 1 if you bet him to win.
What a way to go out, right? I mean, you called it with the pink saddle cloth on Harness the Hope Night. Harness the Hope Night. Why not?
Yeah, and look, the favorites are out of this, so 76184 just might not be paying. We're going to find out if it is paying someone. They're having a very great night. And back in front of us, there is Wicked Prince. Note that race number 8 is sponsored by Mare Flair Equestrian. They're going to be out in the winner's circle. And Wicked Prince is a 4-year-old McWicked bay gelding owned by Hut Racing. Sean Stacy, the trainer. Austin Sorry, the winning driver. First win in 2 seasons. 3rd win lifetime for Wicked Prince. Austin Sorry and Sean Stacy take the 8th race. Sponsored by Mare Flair Equestrian. The 8th race payouts, number 7, Wicked Prince, pays $21.90, $10.37. 6 Better on Ice, $6.34.50. 1 Better Than Never, $5.10. $2 exactor, $110.50. Dollar try, $285.10. We'll have a high five carryover of $2,300.40. Double of 4 and 7, $63.30. Dollar pick 3, $42.70. We had a dollar pick 4 of $810.05. 20-cent pick 4 is $162.01. The 8th race order finish from the top. 398-572-146. That's 398-572-146. Well, Sugar, it was a great night here at the track. Harness the Hope, and we got some great weather, and it was just a solid night overall. Your final thoughts here as you were on trackside and trying to keep things going on Harness the Hope night.
Yeah, it was a great night had by all. The crowd begins to thin out a little, but we've still got some very important people kicking around here. We're closing off the evening, and I would like to thank everyone for coming tonight and for showing your pink in support of Harness the Hope. We have some wonderful sponsors tonight. We would like to thank Skyline, a group of companies, Grand River, Ag Society, Elements Casino, Grand River, 2H Media, the Cheesemund, and Giddy Families, RLB, LLP, Chartered Professional Accountants, Fancy That Cake for the Cookies, Laura Fergus, Today.com, GEI Consultants, Mayor Flair Equestrian was sponsoring the finale, and of course the hometown Hideout Playroom. Couldn't have done it without all of you, and thanks so much for your support of a big night here at Grand River Raceway. Not too late to make your donation. If you haven't been able to do so tonight, please enjoy the rest of your pink evening. Safe travels home, everyone. And from the winner's circle, Gary, it's a good night.
Buenas noches, amigos. Buenas noches, Sugar. Good night, everybody. Good night, Josie Bean.
Good night, Gary.